there was a time like that was taught, right? Like just go do it and then just fake it, right?
And so I think we're just continuing to evolve and step up our game. And I spend a lot of my time reading now on how we can manage a remote first culture and how we can communicate and collaborate with the majority of our stuff done over the screen.
Yeah.
It's what allows me to travel though.
Yeah.
The majority of people would think I'm on the road for work all the time. I am hopping from city to city, usually to play a round of golf after work or to check out a new museum. It allows me to enjoy the aspects of life I do, but it also brings me to work the next day really much more happy and
Yeah.
engaged because it allows me to live a life while also still being fully invested and behind the company.
That's so cool. Yeah. One of the things that we did that really helped us as we grew was we did a weekly pulse score of every single team member. And we just had, what they ranked. And we also, something that we did that was, I think it was different, was we asked them, how are they feeling on that pulse score scale to 1 to 5? How they're feeling professionally and personally, right? We asked them to blend those things together because they're working in their bedroom. So you can't really separate it, right? It's like, oh, I'm doing really good professionally, but my home life stinks, or vice versa. Like that doesn't exist anymore because you're literally sitting in your bedroom, which is your office, which is next to your nursery, right, for your baby or whatever. And so having that has really helped us to be able to communicate. And we tell people like, we're okay with whatever you put for your score. We just want to be able to support you. So if your baby's up sick all night, it's probably going to impact you the next day. And normally in an office setting, like if you and me are in an office setting and you were up all night with a sick baby, I can see the bags under your eyes. I can see that you're struggling. And I naturally, without even saying anything, I kind of pick up the slack for you. And what I notice virtually is that you don't get that. No one's picking up my slack unless I communicate it. So we've gotten really good at putting in a pulse score every single week. And then I own it, right? This is one of the numbers that I personally own is how's everybody doing? And then when somebody's struggling, we go and talk to the managers, we talk to the directors and say, hey, they're struggling. What can we do to support them? And what can we do to help them? And so everybody knows that we're always looking at those pulse scores from a support standpoint. And that's really helped boost our ENPS score, and which is an employee net promoter score. For those listening, I know you know what that is, but for those listening, and it's been really, really impactful in just offering genuine support to people who are working from their bedroom. So are you doing anything like that, or is there anything else that you're thinking about adding like that from the books you've been reading?
The idea of a pulse score is really interesting. I even think for me, I've worked on showing up more authentic. And so this isn't as big of a picture or as deep as what you guys are doing, and really is a great tool that we should be implementing ourselves. For me, it's been if I can show up authentic, our team members are more willing to. If everything's all roses.
Define that for me. Like, just walk through. Like, give me an example of what showing up authentic for a CEO of a startup or call force looks like.
Yeah. So I think for a long time, I felt. So I'm 28, and leading hundreds of people at a young age, you almost feel like you need to be the guy showing up in like the blue suit coat and the white shirt to be a little older than you are, and to be the mature one who doesn't crack jokes in the room, and so that you're the sage-like figure that most people envisioned for a long time the CEO to be. And I think I faked it for a long time, where I was formal and always engaging. And as I've gotten older and just done this for a longer time, I realized I'm a better leader when I'm me. When I have the horrible jokes that I still have, and when I acknowledge that I had a really bad day, or I can shoot the breeze about golf and we can start the meeting 2 minutes late. Like before, I was like, all right, it's 10:30, we start on the dot. Like I had this idea that like, since I read books, about Warren Buffett or other people who were, maybe a hard ass leader at some point, I was like, oh, if I button up and if I show up to work, people are really going to respect me. And I've realized that I'm way more happy and way more authentic with my team members if being Cory.
Yeah.
And if I drive that, people drive that, and we just enjoy each other's time, and we're enjoying each other's time. We're aligned and we're working towards a common goal. that's when we've really moved forward as a team.
I love that, man. So it's really being vulnerable, right? Like it's just being yourself and being vulnerable. And I think every leader goes through that, where we struggle, where we think we have to be something. And it's interesting, when we're younger, we want to be older, right? But then when we get older, we want to be younger. And so it's like this fake it till you make it. And I think there was a time like that was taught, right?